something really important too, Chris,
Mm.
that your nature part of it, the nurture part of it, the nature part of it is in his DNA, right? It was in my DNA. If your mother or father is an addict,
Right.
your chances of being an addict scientifically are super high. That's just
correct. Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is people can't beat themselves up for that part of it either.
No, not at all.
He knew that you were an alcoholic. She knew you were an alcoholic. So they have some skin in the game going into it too. I'm just saying for parents out there who beat themselves up, it's like 50% of that is out of your control because
absolutely.
It's burned into your chromosomes. It's in your DNA, right?
Yeah. And you know this, Mike, you probably don't know this, Josh, because you don't know my story and stuff, but with what our daughter went down that path of what she went down, Nikki and I, first thing we said, it's not our fault. Like we didn't make these decisions. Kind of like my approach to recovery with alcohol. Like everybody's like higher power work. And I say this all the time. God didn't make me drink. I made myself drink. God didn't make me stop. I made myself stop. So we have our own ownership. It's this a free choice, right? We have that ability to choose as humans, right or wrong, whatever it is. We have that free will. So both my kids, they grew up with an alcoholic father. Skylar was maybe 10 by the time I stopped. Jake was 4 to 5-ish. So Skylar's going to have more memories than Jake will. I can remember shit from back when I was 3 and 4 years old at the trauma side of life. So it'll be interesting to see what he kind of responds to that question too, to see if there's some kind of trauma that he's still processing from that time frame. It's interesting, man. It's an interesting approach to this, Josh.
No question.
Yeah, and a lot of it is our subconscious, right? Like we don't understand the whys because we don't talk to ourselves enough. We don't figure it out, but we start craving or we want something or we do something, so we do it. But it's deep down fueled by our subconscious, right? There's been evidence that kids have trauma from the umbilical cord being wrapped around their neck during delivery. So it's crazy how far trauma is stored in our body and we have to find ways to release it, right? It takes a stronger man to cry and talk about his emotions than the one that bottles it up and is just an angry asshole all the time.
Right. And that's the difference between this generation and last, right? Because the generation where Mike's parents grew up, it's like there's stoic, nothing affects me. I'm this brick wall of just, I'm a man, you don't see me cry. You don't see me. There's nothing, man. There's nothing that affects me at all.
Which is complete bullshit for anybody out there that's still hanging on to that. If you're that guy, you're wrong. Just so you know, that will kill you.
I do believe there are certain times where you have to be that stoic and strong individual.
Of course you do. When you're defending your family or protecting your family or
just showing up for your family, right? Like as much this is something I'm actively working on, and it's hard, right? Like I want my wife to be my person. I want to be able to tell her everything and anything. That does not always work out in my favor because either she doesn't understand what I'm saying or I feel a type of way for telling her. Now I'm judging how she's judging me or whatever. But I was introduced to this saying that you got to be the man in the arena sometimes. When all eyes are on you, you have to perform. But once you get back in that tunnel and nobody's watching, you need to decompress. Yes. So we need to let it out. Whether you do it by yourself healthily and not picking up a bottle or smoking or whatever your poison is, or by going to the gym, talking to a buddy. There's all sorts of different ways. And if you ever feel like you're alone in a situation where nobody's ever experienced this, nobody ever understands, shut the fuck up and wake up. Dude, we've all been there. There's somebody going through something and you just never know. That's what I love about my podcast. It's like mental health focused, and I try to learn about their whole life from beginning sandbox to the end, right? And to what they're doing now. And that's because I feel like Chris look up to Chris. People look up to Mike. They're like, oh man, you guys are such badasses. You handle things in a different way. You don't struggle XYZ. You come on the podcast, you share your story about why you struggle, how you struggle, but then you also share how you cope. So we're learning these different tools and techniques, or we can recognize the negative, like, oh shit, I have that bad trait as well. Let me try to work on improving that and see how the rest of my life improves and just keep growing. Like we learn from everyone, good or bad.